Welcome to the coreross channel and welcome to busting Rainbow Six Siege. Let's get started with the myths. Operators have different footprints. I didn't really actually think of this when it was Pyrites that brought it up, and he said, I wonder if they have different footprints, and I thought, if they're going to have the same goddamn footprint, aren't they? So here is Castle and Smoke. As you can see, they have exactly the same footprint. And nothing too interesting about that. So let's move on to two other operators. So now we've got Doc and Mute. And they've both got the same footprint, but different from the previous two, which is interesting. That means the SES guys have different footprints. So that's curious. Let's move on to Frost and Valkyrie, and again, different footprints. And this time at least they don't match as well, which is interesting. So we have these kind of trainer type footprints coming off at Frost, and then we have the more boot-like coming off of Valkyrie, which is really cool. So we do have different footprints for different operators. Maybe not, like it's not a footprint variety for each nation or each operator, but there is indeed different footprint types, which is really cool. You can see here we've got the one for Rook right now, and these are kind of more boot-like. And then we've got the Sneaky Feeties one, which is the more trainer-like footprint. So it's cool that they've actually modeled in different footprint types for different operators. I thought it was just going to be one footprint for everybody. Here we have Echo and Mira. So we're actually going to go through every single operator. You can see that we've got the trainer type for Echo, which is interesting. He's a level 3 operator. We've got the trainer type. And then we have Mira, who's a level 3 operator as well, but she's got more of a boot type. And then we see a brand new print type with Capcan, with kind of what looks like a really beefy kind of boot. Very, very cool, very unique. So if you see them, you're probably going to think, that could be Capcan. And of course, we look at Jaeger here and Chachanka. You can see Chachanka's footprint is the same as Capcan, so the Russians appear to have matching footprints. And then Jaeger has the more trainer type. So those Spetsnaz footprints are very unique. You can see here that Bandit has the more trainer type as well. And the Recruit actually has the same as the Spetsnaz. And this appears to be for every nation as well that you can choose the Recruit as. So we've got him here, you can see him with Jaeger's gun. And then we switch to the SAS Recruit here, same footprint for him. So if you're up against a team that, say, only has a Capcan, no Chachanka or no recruits, you can easily identify that player by just their footprint type, which is really cool. So it does confirm that there isn't certainly a footprint for each operator or each nation, but there is definitely a uniqueness to the footprints that you can learn and might well help you. So that is confirmed. Jackal can scan footprints from below. So this is the master bedroom floor panel that we're shooting out here. And as you can see, we are getting hold X to scan. We can't see any footprints, but we can scan them. So I'm actually going to now run upstairs. We're not going to do any edits in this part, so you can see that this is one complete take, so that there's no tomfoolery going around or something like that. But as you can see, the footprints are there floating in the air, and obviously from below we couldn't see them, but we could scan them. So that's very curious. Now this means that can you actually shoot through the floor and scan footprints as well? Because there's some places that have like a high likely position for someone camping, like the corner of that room, for instance. There's usually someone behind that furniture. So could you shoot up and actually find a footprint and scan it? And if you can, that could be really powerful for the rest of your teammates. So I'm going to fire one shot up into the ceiling. You can see that we've got the hold X to scan, but it's only actually went through one layer. The actual floor of the room above is actually completely not only intact. Now, we can scan, which is really interesting. Like, if someone was camping up there, I might have quite a safe position down here in order to scan if we've already kind of secured the rest of the house. And we'll go upstairs and actually show you, and again, we're not going to do any cuts here, we're actually going to show you that none of the shotgun rounds, not even a single pellet, made it through the floor, and I was able to scan those footprints from below. So that is confirmed and totally usable in game. It's really cool. Glass can get a double headshot. So this is actually a revisit of an old myth. So we have Mira there with pulse behind, and as you can see, we only headshot 1 and pulse took 50 damage. So in the original myth, when we tested it way back in the day, we shot Capcan in the head with Castle behind them, and it was exactly the same results. Capcan took a headshot, and then Castle behind only took 50 damage. So we thought, let's test this with different armor operators now as well, just to make sure there hasn't been any changes. So this is 2 level 1 operators, so 1 armor. Both of them take a headshot. So that we did get a double headshot from 1 pistol. That there with Frost was a level 2 operator predicting a level 1 operator. So I thought, okay, let's actually redo this. So we did the Mira one. We can see that with Mira, we were able to only get 1 headshot. So I thought, alright, we'll try another level 3 armor operator with level 1 operator again. And here we have Rook and Pulse, and we get a double headshot. So I don't know, I'm guessing potentially we were maybe a little bit further back with Glass on the Mira shot. But it definitely does show that you can get a double headshot with Glass. It's going to be extremely rare, but you totally could do it. And potentially, we'll have to test this further when we have more people online, but we might even be able to shoot like potentially 5 people, maybe. Maybe we can go through an entire team. We did it with an assault rifle as well. So this is one of the most powerful assault rifles in the game, and it only goes through 1 head. It will actually stop after that. They won't even hit the other person behind it. So it's confirmed, sledgehammering a black mirror canister will destroy the entire window. So this myth actually came about because Pyrite somehow managed to one-shot a window in our previous Mythbusters episode, and I couldn't recreate it. I got no idea how he did it. But people in the comments theorized that Sledge hit the canister on the window, and that resulted in the window being completely destroyed. So thought we'd test it and find out. And as you can see, Sledgehammer to the canister only does normally what a melee does to the window. The glass just falls out. There's no complete destruction of the window, and of course we're doing it on a non-reinforced wall as well. So that is busted. Claymore through drone hole. So this is a revisit of an old myth as well, because it used to be when you put a claymore down at a drone hole, the lasers would not go through. It did look like there was enough room for the lasers to go through, but they wouldn't actually make it, whereas now they do. So this is the brand new map Coastline. You can see the lasers going through the drone hole, and it does indeed kill someone if they run past as well. It's obviously not the most hidden of claymore positions, but on some maps this can be an extraordinarily good position. For instance, here we go on favelas. There are some really good places to put a claymore down that the defender's going to have a really hard time seeing, and of course it's in some places that they actually might be camping as well, so it makes it extremely powerful and a very cool change. So that is confirmed. Thatchers EMP will destroy Fuse's cluster charge. So we used to get quite a lot of rage from anyone when we tested Thatchers EMP against anything that was friendly to him. But it has been the case that it could destroy Fuse's cluster charge, which means we have to test it against every friendly gadget that gets released. But it's been changed. They have actually patched it so that the EMP no longer destroys the Fuse cluster charge, which is really cool. It means that Thatcher can no longer save the hostage if you're going to fuse him, but also you don't have to worry about accidentally destroying your buddy's fuse charge, so that is confirmed. If a player dies while holding an impact grenade, it will detonate. So as you can see here, the impact grenade does indeed detonate. So if you get one shot, which is usually with a headshot, and die, that impact grenade will go off in your current position. Of course, if you get downed, it will not go off, but that is confirmed. Now this is a first. This is a revisit of a bonus I did for busting Rainbow Six Siege, and it was this drone position, because you could actually get on top of these moving fans, and they were considered solid, which meant you could jump all the way to the back of the room here and get on this bookcase and have this beautiful view of the room. But in the most recent patch, that is no longer the case. The fan blades are no longer solid. You'll go right through them, which makes it a lot harder to get into that position that I did originally in the very first episode. So it's kind of cool to go and revisit something like that has, like, over a year ago. I made that episode way back in December 2015, and here we are in 2017, and it's changed. So that's really cool. But yeah, that is no longer the case. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I will continue to keep digging into this game and revealing any changes that come along that Ubisoft doesn't tell us about. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.